Hello, hello. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. We're doing a little early tonight, and we're going to do the background of the supermoon. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Hopefully you can hear me. There's traffic going by. So tonight's going to be special because I wanted to get the supermoon in here, coming up over the mountain here in California. So if you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Hello? Anybody want to talk to me tonight? Little moon. It's a big moon. Hello, hello. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Tonight's a special one. We're filming with the supermoon coming up over the mountain here in California. If you're hopping on, say hello. Hello, hello. Hello. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. We're doing a special tonight with the supermoon coming up over the mountain. So if you're here, tell me who you are, where you're from. I'm in Cali watching the supermoon. It just came up over the mountain. Anybody want to talk to me tonight? Hello? I know it's kind of dark, but hi. Hey, how you doing, Tani? Can everybody hear me over the traffic that's going by? Looks amazing. Yes, it is huge. That's the supermoon. It just came up over the mountain. So think, if it looks, it looks small for you, but it looks huge for me, how big it really is. How are you, Tani? So yeah, I figured we would talk about some nature and healing and the supermoon. Thank you for the hearts. Not sure who sent them. So I'm a little early tonight. I will be going on at 6:30 Pacific time, still 7:30 Mountain time. I'm doing well. I actually had a UTI and I had some kidney issues this morning, so I had to do a telehealth appointment, but I'm feeling much better today. Thank you. So I thought we would talk about healing and nature and how healing it is just to sit out in nature, even if it's in the dark, with the supermoon. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Can you hear me well enough, Tani? With the traffic going by, I'm going to try and turn that light on me a little better. Aw, thank you. Thank you for the likes, too. I appreciate that. Hey, Jen, thank you for the hearts. Can you hear me, Jen? Over the traffic, there's a highway right next to us, so. Yes, okay. Awesome. Can you see me? I know it's kind of dark. I didn't want the light shining right in my face, so. Okay. So if you're just hopping on with us, tell us who you are, where you're from. Tonight's an unusual live. Like I said, we're hoping to get the little supermoon there. And talk about how much the nature can heal. Howdy! How are you, Sam? Where are you from? Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Fort Worth, Texas. Welcome. Glad to have you here. So my name is Renee, and I'm from California now. I'm used to saying South Dakota. I just moved to Cali. I've taken 3 weeks off, so I'm just getting back in the swing of things. If you're not familiar with my page, I'm here to help other people through loss and trauma and uplift others. That's pretty much the gist of my page. So tonight I thought it would be cool to video with the supermoon in the background. Well, it's a long story. Not one I want to go into here, but yes, I understand. It's still a beautiful state, and there are a lot of, a lot of good people here. We'll just leave it at that. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, I get it. Thank you for the badges. Wrath of SS, is it SS88? Do you have a name? And where are you from? If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Tonight we're filming with the supermoon. We're going to talk about just a little bit, nothing big. We're just going to talk about healing and nature, how healing it is. Is it Warith? From Georgia. Did I say that right? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Wrath. Did I say it right that time? Now that you changed it? Sort of. Sorry. I hate it when I slaughter people's names. Why did I move? Well, I moved here to be with somebody special. That's why. We're just going to leave it at that tonight. So we're here with the supermoon. Hey Faith Ann, how are you? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Philip Summers 4, thank you for the badge. Do you have a name and where you're from? Rayeth? Oh, that could be. Okay, did I say it right that time? I hate it when I slaughter people's names. Did Jen get it right? So if you're just hopping on and you're new to my page, my name is Renee and I'm from California. And if you're not familiar, I started my page in March of 2024. The reason I started my page is because my husband unalived himself in September of 2023. That's when I discovered that I had abilities to talk to my guides, and they slowly breadcrumb me to my purpose, which is to help other people through their loss and trauma. We were together for 32 years, and I didn't know how to deal. And so that's what I do now. I help people deal with their loss. And loss doesn't have to be death. Loss can be of a relationship, loss of many things, a job. Just help people deal with loss and trauma. And then I get uplifting messages every day from my guides. And we put those out to people every day, or almost every day, sometimes several times a day. And I thought we would do a special live tonight with the supermoon. Can y'all see it back there above the mountain? You can kind of see the silhouette of the mountain right there. I'm sorry to hear that. I lost my oldest son at 24 in 2018 the same way. I am so sorry. Is your name Ella? And where are you from? I'm sorry for your loss. How are you dealing with it, or aren't you dealing with it? May I ask? Thank you for the hearts, Jen. I appreciate that. Or is it Eli? I'm not sure how you say that. Boy, I'm just struggling with names tonight. Yeah, sadly, when people do that, they don't realize Pennsylvania, and I'm still struggling with life. Okay. Well, this right here, see this? This is why I'm sitting out here tonight. We're going to talk about how nature can be healing. Have you tried journaling? That was huge for me. A lot of people just kept telling me to put one foot in front of the other, and I didn't know how to do that. I barely could breathe. And once I decided I was going to stay on this planet, I figured I had to find a way to heal myself. And so I deep dived into meditation and journaling and nature, stuff like this. Going outside, just being present and journaling is huge. Oh, thank you for that, Santa Claus, and thank you for the badges, the lights, and the badge. I appreciate that so much. Good evening. Somebody hiking past us here. So if you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. But yeah, I just sat out in nature and I journaled and I cried and you don't think about it. Just, write down what's the first thing that comes to your head. If you're having a bad day with, I'm angry about it today, write you're angry about it today. If you're sad, write you're sad, and just know that no matter what, your feelings are valid. And it doesn't matter what they are. Even if it doesn't make sense to the rest of the world, they're still valid. And then, like I tell everybody, it's okay to have a moment, right? Have a moment, have 10 moments through your day, but don't unpack and live there. Bernard, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that so much. I'm getting some light as the cars drive by. Can y'all hear me? So we're doing a live outside with the Supermoon tonight. And are there any specific areas? Oh, you're so welcome. Is there any specific areas of life you're struggling, or just all of it? Just struggling to cope? Do you mind sharing? That's what we talk about here. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. I think I might have lost them. Maybe not. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee and I'm from California, and we're out here with the Supermoon tonight talking about healing and nature. Anybody want to talk to me tonight? Can you guys see it? You can barely see the mountain now. You can kind of see a silhouette right there. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that, Jen. I think we're losing everybody. This might be a real short one. I just thought we would take advantage of the Supermoon. Douglas, are you here? Y'all see it? Past the city lights and traffic. Can just barely see. The mountain is like right there. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. Welcome. Thank you for the hearts, Jen. Nobody wants to talk anymore tonight. This might be a real short live. Will I follow you? Sure, if you follow me on this live, I always go back and follow anybody who follows me on the live. Okay? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. And I will follow when I get done with the live. Okay. Is it Perry? Hold on. Let me see if I can get... There we go. Well, I'm not sure what's happening. It won't let me follow you at this moment. I'll follow you when I will. After I get done with the live, I always follow back. Where are you from, Perry? Alabama Girl 56. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. If you're new here, tell us who you are, where you're from. Tonight we're talking about nature. I'm doing it with the backdrop of the Supermoon. Nature and healing. Anybody want to talk to me? Quiet group. I'm from Alabama and I live in Kansas. Well, I'm from Iowa and I live in California. I just moved from South Dakota. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Do you have a name? If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Tracy. Well, we're glad to have you here, Tracy. So my page is about, we talk about nature and healing and uplifting others. We talk about loss and trauma. And that's my purpose in life after I lost my husband of 32 years, is to help other people through their loss and trauma. Nice meeting you too. Hopefully you'll join us again. Normally my time will be 6:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Mountain time. I will be here Monday through Thursday. And starting next week, you lost your mom, someone took her life. Okay. How did you deal with that loss? Or how did you take that? Did you deal with it, or did you kind of just sweep it under the rug? How did that affect you? I'm sorry for your loss. It's never easy. You melted. Okay. Did you continue to just be melted, or what happened there? If you don't mind me asking. It was Tracy, right? Just want to make sure. If I say it a couple times, then I'll remember you when you come back. Thank you for the hearts, Jen. Getting light from the passerbys. Hopefully y'all can hear me. That's our supermoon out here. I stay very much to myself and still do. Okay, I understand that. I went into hermit mode for sure for a long time. Spent a lot of time in my room. One thing I've learned is that things don't happen to us, they happen for us. And once I learned to change my perspective and go with that, oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, if you change your perspective that things in life happen for us for a reason, either for us to learn or to grow, or both. Obviously, when we learn, we grow. Then that changes everything. It changes our whole outlook on life. And once I discovered that, then it just flipped a switch in me. And obviously, I wasn't the type to just lay in my bed. You know, I went to work. My circle got a lot smaller. We talk about here all the time, just, you know, it's okay to have a moment. You can have 10 moments through your day. Just don't unpack and live there, right? I have a spider that just keeps wanting to come visit me. I'm a proud single mom of my beautiful daughter. Well, awesome. Good for you. Can I ask how old you were when someone took your mom's life? So tonight, if you're just hopping on, we're sitting with the supermoon. Hey, Douglas, I see you up there. How are you? A welder. Okay. Awesome. A great profession. Great trade, I should say. 13. Oh, at that impressionable age. Right? So then I'm assuming, we talk about this too, is you carried trauma into your adult life, right? Good evening from South Dakota. I'm now in California, formerly of South Dakota. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Tonight we're sitting with the supermoon and sort of see the silhouette of the mountains. It's fading. It still haunts you. And know that it probably will forever. But have you done any healing to help that? You know, we talk about all the time, if, you know, you can sweep it under the rug, but eventually you'll just trip over the rug, right? And sadly, that's what most people don't understand is, you know, when we bring childhood trauma into adult life, it doesn't just stop at, you know, when we turn 18, it doesn't stop at the door, right? It just manifests itself in other ways, you know, whether it be, you know, an addiction, anxiety, depression, anger, right? So learning to deal with it, which means you got to go back and walk through that, sadly. I know I had some PTSD. My husband had gotten sick before he unalived himself. And then, of course, I have the image of him unalived in my head for the rest of my life. And so you have to walk through that and deal with it. Learn to accept the fact it happened. That's good. Have you dealt with the emotion of it, though, is the question. Because like I said, if you don't deal with the emotions of it, it'll just manifest itself in other ways. Like I said, anxiety, depression, anger, addiction. So we're sitting out here with the supermoon. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Thank you for the hearts, Jen. And that's good. As long as you don't unpack and live there. You know, and something you might try is if you have a picture of yourself at 13, talking to your 13-year-old self. I know it sounds silly, but it really does work. Finding a picture of yourself at that age and telling yourself, you know, that everything, that you are okay, that you will be okay, you know, and that you can heal from this, right? And just kind of talking to your 13-year-old self. I know it sounds silly, but it really does work. And journaling. Journaling's a good thing. If you've never journaled outside in nature, I did a lot of that. Oh, I'm so sorry. When did your dad pass? Okay. And so have you dealt with his death, or you just got all that scrambled up inside of you? Now, no, if you're new here, my name is Renee, and I am a psychic medium, so I do talk to the other side and know that they hear you, they see you, they are with you. If you're thinking of them, you see their birthday a lot, they're with you. Have a name, Sandy Hurst, Max, and where are you from? Sorry for your loss. And did you deal with it, or did you carry that childhood trauma into adult life also? And if you did, how did it manifest for you, and are you dealing with it now? Still affects you badly. Okay. Well, my suggestion for you, like I said, is get out into nature. Do a hike and talk to him, right? Get out in nature, sit at a picnic table at a park somewhere, you know, if you can, you know, and do some journaling and just tell them. Miami, Florida, welcome. I'm from California. I just moved here. I've only been here a week. I was formerly from South Dakota, from NASA. Okay. Did he die of natural causes, or? So we're sitting out here, if you're just hopping on tonight, with the supermoon. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. Welcome. Pretty much. Okay. You just must have had a major connection with him, right? And that's what you're mourning, that connection. Like I said, you can talk to him. He can hear you, right? Anytime that you're thinking of him, he is sitting right there next to you. The veil is super thin. And certain times of the year, like Halloween and other times, the veil's even thinner between us and them. And they like to live vicariously through us also. So know that as well. I can. If you follow me during this live, I follow everybody after I get off the live. It's not letting me right now, but when I get off the live, I will go back, and I always follow who followed me during the live. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. But yes, journaling was huge for me. And, you know, if you have anger with it, too, I tell people, you know, go to the thrift store, you got some old plates, something you don't need anymore, and go bust it somewhere. Holler, scream, do what you got to do, right? Use that throat chakra, get it out. It's very beneficial, you know. For sure. So there's our supermoon. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, guys. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. So I have traffic going by, but I thought I wanted to film with the supermoon tonight. North Carolina. Hey, how are you? I appreciated the message you sent me. Thank you so much. Yeah, very close. I get it. Well, like I said, he's right there with you still. He's on the other side, probably having the time of his life. So we're filming with the supermoon tonight. I thought that would be kind of cool to do my live outside. So far so good. I had an infection, so I had to get some medicine today, so I'm feeling better tonight. But otherwise it's well. I'm doing well. Thank you. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, they're members of our family too. I get that. And know that they're there too. A lot of times, you know, they become our guides, our loved ones. Still dealing with a lot. Oh, wow. That's quite a span. Horse, dog, and cat. Well, I'm so sorry for your losses. Well, know that we are here it'll be Monday through Thursday. It will be my new schedule. 6:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Mountain time. We're going to leave it at that same time I used to be on because it just seems to work well for everybody in my new schedule. So I believe I have to talk to my moderators, but we're going to try and do the mini read Wednesdays again on Wednesday starting next week. I have to get with my mods first though. I have my husband's too. Yeah. And just know, you know, his soul's not there. His soul's with you. You can talk to him. He can hear you. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to wrap this up. There's another good look of the supermoon. If you're not familiar, like I said, my name is Renee. They can do that, but it takes a lot for them to do that. But just know, like I tell people, if you're looking for a huge sign like that, you're not, I mean, like a billboard, you're not going to get it, right? They give it to you in like numbers, birds, feathers, coins, those kind of things, right? Angel numbers, their birthday, if you're seeing their birthday number all the time, or maybe the time that they passed away on the clock. They are always sending us signs. It's just we're not always awake to them because everybody's expecting a billboard, right? I'm not saying you will never get a billboard. That's not impossible. But they send you little signs. Lights flickering, yep. Yep, Jen's right. They like to flicker lights because they can control electrical stuff easier, especially after they've been there a while. Yeah, they can. I mean, I've known that to happen. So yes, it is possible. And you can ask him for a sign too. Smells, exactly, yeah. Yeah, a couple months ago, my husband, I would get in the truck to go to work and I could smell him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jen's lights are always flickering. It's her grandma or her mom. Okay. Well, like I said, don't look for a billboard, you know. Make it a little sign, right? Like, Daryl's good at leaving me coins. And if I hadn't seen one in a while, like I'll say, you haven't left me a coin in a while, and then I'll find a coin and somewhere where it shouldn't be. Right? Yep, grandma's perfume. They're perfumes for sure. Cologne. Okay, guys, well, one more look at the supermoon. Like I said, if you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I found pennies often. Well, he could definitely be sending you pennies. It's possible. I get all kinds of things. Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. And they're in random weird places. I haven't got one in a while. So if you're not familiar, I have a YouTube channel also. That's under Scorpio Medium. You need dollars. Yeah, don't we all? Right there with you. So yeah, if you're not familiar, I would love it if you went over and subscribed to my YouTube channel, which is Scorpio Medium. You'll find all the videos that I upload here over there. The only difference is I like to upload my lives over there. So if you ever miss a live and you'd like to catch that, you can go over to Scorpio Medium and catch those. If you're interested in a full reading with a loved one, they're $40, and you can email me. You can find that down in the bio down below. I also have a Venmo down there. If you would just like to leave me a tip, you can do that there. I never ask for anything, but if you'd like to donate a tip, that's there. Like I said, I will be here starting, will be Monday through Thursday, 6:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Mountain, 8:30 Central, and 9:30 Eastern time. So, if anybody's got anything else they want to add tonight, quick, one more look at the supermoon. Thank you for the likes, Jen. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up then. I hope y'all have a great night. Remember to make tomorrow great, because it is a choice. And on that note, until we meet again, see you tomorrow night.